And we're told, you, Leslie, one, go and observe the termites, how they work and how they coordinate. And when I was growing up, I read a story about the cricket. And the cricket was playing music all the time, and the termites were working hard. And every time the termites would pass by cricket, the guitar would go even higher. And she was singing, and she was asked, how come you are not investing in food because it's going to start raining? The cricket said, are you not liking my music? But a time came, and the termites had to pack and go because the rain was coming. And the cricket was there. I still have my music, but I'll be very hungry. How do I go about this life? And so she approached the termite and said, hey, you guys have been enjoying my music, but I don't have food. And the termite said, okay, we have enjoyed your music, but we reminded you that a time will come that you will not need your music. But because we are a community, here's your food. Next time, learn when to play music and when to look for food. And that's why the cricket will play music at night, and during the day, she will work. We have a wonderful lady. I think Ryan has reminded us that the words that we have are in recognition of the effort that all of us here, and some of us here, have blessed, and not just for themselves, but empowering others and leading the way. Carolynn Chalmers is a wonderful lady, very beautiful. And she has worked on matters governance, but she is more of a person who digs in the well so that others can feed from it. Because looking at her CV, not just having established ISO standards for governance in organizations, she's also established an academy with Mervyn King to support governance in Africa. Let's appreciate this wonderful lady. If you have anything in the middle, I will appreciate Igwe. A big Igwe until I say stop. Carol, this is all yours. You are our 2023 Quiver Award winner. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for sharing your light and your expertise and your beauty with Africa. God bless you. Now it's your time to bless us.
Thank you so much. I'm completely humbled and taken aback with this appreciation. I can't tell you how much it means to me, but something like this you can't do without, and use the cliche, standing on the shoulders of giants. So there's a couple of sections of giants that I would really like to appreciate. I think the first, of course, my parents. And my parents taught me that if you want to make a difference, there's two ways you can do that. My parents were activists in the anti-apartheid movement. And the first way you can make a difference is that you can leave and you can point to it to say that this is not right, and you can make it known to others and really put yourself out there to make it really understood. But the other and more difficult way of making a difference is actually to stay in the system, to be branded by the system, but to make a difference inside. The outside one is almost like a bit of a sniper. The inside one is the atomic bomb. So I decided in my life to stay inside, and I think that's the first shoulders of giants. Is I would like to appreciate South Africa and Africa's whistleblowers. The whistleblowers started and decided to stay inside and to try and make a difference until it became completely untenable. And at that point, they called it out. So they tried to hold on, they tried to make a difference, but then they sacrificed it all to really call it out. And there I would like to appreciate what has been done with the Whistleblowing House and supporting those people who are making a difference by calling it out at great personal sacrifice. Of course, then it's also the role models through my business career as the shoulders of giants. And there I have to call out Professor Mervyn King for really establishing the benchmark for corporate governance and essentially a corporate citizen, and recognizing the corporate's role in ethics. And there I must also call out Professor Dion Rousseau, Arnold Smith, and of course Liesl Groenewald, and their work in the King Codes and making sure that we understand that ethics is not just the people, the leadership team, the people in the organization, but also the organization as a whole in society. And there, the practitioners I'd like to call out, first and foremost, is Vusi Kanyile. Vusi, my mentor, was Chief Executive Officer of Tebe Investment Corporation, subsequently chair, and now he calls himself a farmer. But he really, at deep business sacrifice, made very determined and ethical decisions. And the other person more recently is Joe Lesajani. I've worked with Joe on many audit committees, and he is a quiet yet forceful person in driving ethics in major state, large government organizations, state as well as on private or established by law. So Joe Lesajani, Vusi Kanyile, and of course, Professor Mervyn King. And then we've got the people who actually are driving the theory or making us realize and recognize. And it's really that theory that through the Good Governance Academy, we are trying to make very well recognized and known, and through these ISO standards. And I would like to say that, and this day is a fabulous day for me. I'm sorry I couldn't be there. Of course, with our World Cup winners, the captain of our World Cup winners, the place of his birth. Sorry I couldn't be there. But in terms of recognition, today is the publication of the ISO standard on the governance maturity model. So we can finally get to assess governance of organizations on the basis of not only whether you have documentation and you're applying the principles, but in terms of governance behavior as well. And that is a large thanks to Liesl Groenewald for bringing that through into the South African Bureau of Standards and all the way through into an ISO international standard that the rest of the world can take Africa's approach and really adopt it as their own. And say Africa, thank you very much.
Carol, I will request Dr. Liesl to receive this award. I know she will find you somewhere. Liesl. That's you.
Thank you very much, Liesl. Thank you.
Carolynn, I will nicely and bring it back to Cape Town.
Thank you. Looking forward to celebrating with you.
Cheers. Excellent.